Okay, so I'm going to start filming now.
Yeah.
We've been talking about the problems with downpipe, but we're now talking about it for real. So first of all, obviously we got the rather
cleaned
nice...
up the headers.
The headers are on.
Yeah, cleaned
So
them all
the engine's all
fitted
pretty much done.
Repaired
And
the
down
exhaust
here we have got the
This is the
turbo.
This is the later turbo, the bigger turbo he wants fitted.
It's a Garrett, he said.
It's a Garrett GT15.
Right, and
Which
the problem
apparently is what they use on these bikes.
And of course what he's telling me is that the mounts are different.
Yeah, that triangular flange there is bigger than the one on the Kawasaki header. So you need an adapter.
Right.
Now this engine came out of a chopper and it had this on it here,
which is the adapter.
Which bolted, and that bolted the turbo, as you can see.
Yeah.
But on the chopper, the front wheel was another
mile away.
Yeah, another 3 foot further forward.
Yeah.
So when it comes to mounting this here, I've got to cut these flanges off, this adapter tube, and remanufacture one here to get the turbo in this sort of position.
Right.
And then this output here
has to turn. Has
to be turned through 90 degrees so it points up.
Which it can do, I'm told.
Well, it can, but then I'd have to cut this off and reposition this actuator for the dump valve.
Yeah. Well, folks,
the wastegate, sorry.
But folks have fitted that turbo, haven't they? So.
Well, I believe so, but I've tried to go online and find out, YouTube videos of anyone that's done it, but I'm not having much success at the moment.
No. Lots of experts out there who actually don't know what's going on.
Well, I believe this is what they do fit as an upgrade to the standard Hitachi turbo. I think it's a Hitachi turbo.
Yeah.
On these bikes. So once I've got the turbo in position, then I can make brackets to mount to go to these lugs on the crankcase.
Yeah, you got
the original turbo bolts here. You see to firm everything up.
Yes.
So I need to get that in the right position.
Right.
And then design a bracket to pick up on these lugs underneath the crankcase.
Yeah.
And then once that's done, I can do the pipe work out the turbo to the plenum chamber. So that'll be what's happening with that. It's just yet another job that has to be done.
Which why things take a long time, because...
Well, yeah.
You're not working on it sort of full time, are you? So
no, I'm only doing an hour here and an hour there due to my illness.
Yeah. So it all takes time.
The guy appreciates what I'm doing. And,
and well, it's now we're in September, so I guess it'll be next spring when it's ready to go.
He paid me a lovely compliment. Drew who owns the bike.
Yeah.
He came the other day and he said, "You're the dream maker."
Dream maker.
I'm making his dream come true.
Oh.
So I thought I've never been called a dream maker before, but
there you go.
That as a big compliment.
Yeah. So I'll just zoom in on that now. Zoom in on. There's a Garrett What is it? A
GT15.
GT15. Yeah. It's got to go on there, and the mounts are different. And there's not a lot of room now. It's not a chopper anymore.
No.
There's not a lot of room between the.
Obviously, I've got to allow for the wheel coming back.
Yes,
of course. The suspension comes up, so it's got to be tucked in as far back as possible.
Right.
Without this linkage here for the wastegate catching the crankcase.
Right, okay. But you have had a little bit of good news this week, isn't it, about the sprocket?
Yeah, the offset sprocket I needed.
The front sprocket? Yeah.
Sorry, offset front sprocket from America. There's one available.
But they won't send it to the UK?
And they will not send to the UK. So, Drew, the owner of this bike, has a friend in Portugal.
Right.
So, it's been bought and sent to his friend in Portugal.
And he'll send it here?
And it's just arrived apparently today. I had a message today saying it's arrived in Portugal and they've got to now post it to the UK.
How strange. You would have thought UK...
Well, there was a drop bar, what do you call it? On
countries to go to,
And it had an A to Z of countries that they post to. And there were literally dozens of countries.
Weird countries,
Every country
you can think
known to man apart from the UK.
Oh well.
So that's why we've had to go that route.
Oh
Well,
well.
at least I know it's on its way.
Bring back the empire is what I say.
Yeah.
Bring back the empire.
Correct.
Right, so that's something that's going to happen, and that means you get the chain sorted out and get the oh yeah, that's another thing. You were saying originally on this bike, the air filter is where the sprocket cover goes, or underneath the sprocket cover?
Yeah, that's going to disappear.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Because the modern trend now with turbos, they're just going to put a big cone filter straight on the turbo.
Yeah, like on a turbo drag bike, High boosters have that, don't they?
A lot of road bikes with a turbo system, blow-through system have the filter down here. Just a great big cone filter on the intake to the turbo.
Yeah.
And it takes away all that plumbing.
Yeah.
In fact, I was looking on the website the other night, and where the air intake is in the sprocket cover, there's a filter and everything in that cover. the guy had put a catch tank
instead
in there,
yeah,
which
makes
quite,
sense.
You know, use the space as a catch tank, which I thought was quite clever.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's maybe we could do the same.
Yeah, why not? Right, so there you go. There's a quick update on Drew's turbo 650 stroke 810. Sorry, I wasn't say 750 then. No, 810. Yeah, so slow but sure. We are getting there, so you are getting there slowly.
Yeah, I've just started rebuilding the brake stripping the brake calipers to repaint.
They're down there, look.
Yeah, they're all corroded.
Six pistons to do, yeah.
And I've got the rear caliper here as well.
Okay.
So that's
only 2 pistons for
that. Because they were quite dirty and grubby and full of corrosion. I've cleaned them up. So now I need to buy some more etching primer and I can paint them.
Yes.
And then rebuild them with new seals.
And new brake lines, and then away you go. Oh, actually, no, you can't yet.
No,
because you've not got.
Once, I mean, the bike's on its wheels now, so at some point we need to put the seat on.
Yeah.
Get Drew sat on it.
Yeah.
Work out the footrest position.
Yes.
Where he's comfortable.
And make
and
some
then
rear
we can
sets.
design the rear set to bolt on here.
Yeah, because as you can see, it's got some welded tabs on there.
Yeah, the tabs have been welded on, and then obviously we can put some form of aluminium plate on here.
Yeah, make some.
And depending on where he wants his feet, we can design the plate to suit.
Yeah. I've got exactly the same thing with my my current project, my 750 stroke 650. I've got exactly the same thing.
We're all getting older, and you don't want rear sets and be uncomfortable. You can only ride it for 10 miles and be in agony. You've
got to suffer for your luck, you know.
He wanted Z1 bars, so they're on.
Yeah.
And obviously, if he gets his feet in a similar position to standard, I mean, the lugs are still there for the footrests, so he could put standard footrests on it if he wanted.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
But then we'd still have to do a pivot here and a master cylinder for the brake pedal.
Yeah.
And the same on the gear linkage side. But yeah, it's the same. I was talking to another customer the other day with the 504 bobber.
Oh yes, that's next door.
And that's got clip-ons and rear sets. But the guy's our age.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, look, you need to.
Yeah, a bobber.
You have to think about comfort.
Yeah, a bobber with with rear sets and clip-ons isn't really a bobber.
He did say he might get another top yoke because he's had the holes welded up.
Oh god, yeah, it looked really nice, didn't it? It looked well done.
He's got the clip-ons, so he might take the top yoke off
and swap it over,
and the clip-ons off. Yeah. Get another standard yoke, with the holes in, and put standard flat bars on, so we can swap and change.
Be a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all still think we're 21, but we're not.
We're not, no. We need comfort when we get to over 60.
I mean, I wanted to buy the Cafe Racer version of my 961, but I thought, no, be sensible, I'm not 21 anymore. And,
I used to go on ride-outs many years ago on this Eliminator.
Yes,
I had
this one here.
31 years.
Yeah, it's got its tank on now, look. He's still rebuilding it, but it's got its tank on.
Yeah, I've just put it on the bike just to keep it out of the way.
Yeah.
Because it was in a box and I needed the space.
Yes.
So I've just plopped it on the bike for now. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I used to go on ride-outs with lads back in the 90s, and they all had sports bikes, and I were on this.
Yeah.
But I'd outride most of them.
Well.
And get to our destination, and I was completely comfortable.
And they're going,
fresh,
oh my, yeah, I know.
And they were all aching with the wrists and the neck and the.
Well, I sat on my MHR not long ago, and it's like, Jesus Christ, this is bad.
Yeah.
The rear sets are really high, and the clip-ons are really low.
Well, I mean, people that were riding sports bikes back then are now buying bikes like that.
Oh yeah.
Or bikes like the ZRX or the XJR.
Yeah. Or
Roadster.
900 RS is what I was considering buying.
I mean, I had a ZRX 1100, and that was a great all-rounder.
Yeah.
You know, you could.
No point having a bike that's so uncomfortable you don't bloody ride it.
You could, stay with the best of them on the racing on the roads, and then when you got to your destination, like I say, you were comfortable and
not racing, making progress. We say.
Making progress.
That's the police say.
Yeah, we'll have to edit that bit out.
Oh no, leave it in. No, it's all a long time ago, when the roads weren't crap and there was less traffic around.
And there weren't average speed cameras
everywhere.
We've already had that conversation.
Yeah. Right, well on that depressing note, we'll leave it here. And there we go, there's Drew's bike. Being slowly put together again. And now at last, it's time for tea.
Time for tea, yeah.
Great stuff.